You have jumped so many timelines in the last, 4 years, two years, really. I mean, with all of these boundaries you've been setting, it like your guides are just cheering you on because just
Oh,
like you were expressing, it's helping you to make space for what you really want instead of what you think you're obligated to do. And that's really all. And then I'm here like seeing obligation on one hand and freedom on the other hand.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's something else around setting boundaries. And as you have become more discerning with your time, they're saying that that's going to get even more, your time is going to become even more important to you as you move into parenthood. When that happens, it will also again require you to be like so firm about where you are directing your energy, but of course you already know that. Something else coming through around setting boundaries, energy protection. Yes. Okay. There's a download coming through. This is somewhere in the multiverse. And in this time space reality, you were a female. And there's balloons. You are, okay. We're just going to go with whatever wants to come up here. You are holding on to like a bunch of balloons. I don't know what you call a bunch of balloons together, a litter of
Yeah.
balloons. I don't know. And what's coming through is that in this multi-dimensional space, this is how people like get around. They have these balloons and the balloons like lift them up and like
Oh my
carry
God, sounds
them to where
amazing.
they're going. But short distances only. For longer distances, you have, I don't know, some kind of jetpacks or something very futuristic. But to get from you float on balloons. And this is a very technologically advanced place. And so it feels really funny to think about this kind of old fashioned image, this fantastical image of, floating with the balloons. But even in this very advanced place, and they found a way for these balloons to, work much more efficiently in this way than if you were on Earth. But it all came down to the joy of it and the fun of it and the subconscious memories that are evoked by holding on to a bunch of balloons. Like you can't help but smile if you think about that.
Love
And
balloons.
amazing. Of
I love
course you
them.
do.
I made my mom get me balloons for my 40th birthday. That was my
Excellent.
request.
I almost always get a fun balloon for anybody whose birthday if I'm going to celebrate their birthday.
Yeah, balloons are great.
Sometimes I get Charles little balloons from the supermarket just for fun. Just because they bring you so much joy,
They
right?
do. I like they do. I love them.
Well, there's no perceived wound here. The message that's coming through is around your short-term goals, right? It's around your knowing that the frequency you're vibrating at consistently now, you just get to decide what the short-term goal is and totally let it go. Like totally let it go. Let
Oh,
the work you've already done carry you forward. You can really trust that you have so much support and they are pulling together these threads that will allow this to happen and this to happen and this to happen and this to happen. There are miracles and solutions coming for you. I'm getting specifically about the car. Like the car, there's a car coming.
yay!
Yeah, because you need it. You need it in order to be of service in the way that lights you up and is of greatest benefit to the world. And in order to really do that, you require a safe vehicle.
Yeah,
So it's coming.
yay!
It's coming. And just start to think about, right, how much you love to drive, how much freedom and independence that will give to you. Maybe a couple things that are really important to you about it. Um, and let yourself be surprised by how a vehicle is going to come into your life.
Okay, done.
Yeah. Is there anything else coming through around this balloon lifetime multidimensional experience? No. Okay. Okay. There's a download coming through, past life and earth life, a little bit sticky, but there's no resistance coming up. So it is available for us to dive in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 2900 BCE is what's
Jesus.
coming through. I'm hearing Egypt very, very strongly. I'm seeing you work with beads.
Ooh, like beadworking?
Yes.
I love it.
You were a woman at this time. I don't know anything about Egyptian beadwork, but in some
Mhm.
way you were working with beads. Mm, you earned money from your work. It feels like something that your mother did and her grandmother did. You had a sister who did it too. Like all the women in your family learned also like a specific technique that had been passed down in or philosophy around your beadwork. It felt spiritual to you. And the people who purchased them were purchasing them for healing rituals, etc. Most of the time. Not everybody, but most of the time. Okay. And there is no perceived wound here. What's coming through is that you were able to see the bigger picture. You were able to see this beaded tapestry or mandala or a necklace that you were making, but it was just one bead at a time, right? That didn't look like much for a very long time, but you had this very big vision, and it was just right, putting one bead in front of another, one foot in front of another. And so what's being activated and emphasized for you is, of course, that's exactly what you're doing now, right? You are getting all the pieces, all the beads in place. And even since I've known you in the last 4 years, taking some real time to be like, oh, this had to happen. I made this choice. I made these moves, and that had to happen in order for the next thing. This had to happen. I had to leave my job. My husband had to move to a different job, right? I had to have the experiences with Echo so that now I can get Paloma. Like all of these little beads have happened that are building out this really beautiful life. This beautiful life. And they are reminding you what a powerful clairvoyant you are, and that you have the ability to lean into this image of your future life and to allow it to bring you comfort and inspiration and delight and excitement and joy. Mm-hmm. And that and what's interesting, what's coming through about this lifetime with the beads is that even if you made a mistake that didn't happen very often, you put in a green bead instead of a blue bead, there was an honoring of that in your family, in this modality, that if there were mistakes, you didn't fix them. And I think maybe with this technique you used, you couldn't even fix them. So you really had to have the big image. But they were honored and celebrated as a part of this piece and as a representation of the mistakes, quote unquote, the left turns that we feel like we make, which are, of course, not ever mistakes or left turns. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, it's so funny. I've always like since I was young, I always loved Egypt and Egyptian stories and same thing with like Greek mythology. I've always felt connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes total sense. And the beadwork too is very interesting. I love indigenous beadwork and I have loved indigenous beadwork since I was a child. Like I was obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense to me. I always find it interesting how stuff from your past life shows up in your current life or things that you like or things that you're interested in. It's interesting.
Always. Something else for Diana at this time. Yes. We are doing some clearing, present life age clearing around the age of 2. We are so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, just showering this inner child with love, appreciation, radical acceptance, support, allowing this to go on for as long as need be. Okay, really good. Anything else there? No. Any other present life ages coming through? Yes. 6 months. We're doing some clearing for you at 6 months old, allowing this to go on for as long as need be. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're going back even further. 3 months. We are so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay. Any other present life age clearing for Diana? No. Okay. The high self of your mother has arrived, and is asking for some clearing. So if it's okay, we're just going to offer some clearing for her
Yeah.
as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Anything else there? No. Okay. Something else for Diana at this time? Yes. They're saying it would be of benefit for you to explore working a little more consciously with some unicorn energy.
How do I do? I've never worked with unicorn energy before.
Well, anything you do with rainbows can be a way to
I
connect
love
with, of
rain.
course you do, connect with unicorn energy. You can leave out a little something sweet as an offering. That is a way to call in unicorn energy. Looking at images of waterfalls or being near waterfalls is a great way to invite in unicorn energy. And they're coming through now because you've done so much work that you are really ready to launch, and they're just going to fly you up like in that other lifetime with the balloons. They're just going to take you to the next space, the next level. It feels like you did have a unicorn who was really present when you were young, and then as life happened, it, got blocked off. It's never been too far from you, but now you are really ready to be present with those very high frequencies. And as you are learning to enjoy your life more, as you are sitting more in the present moment and in your personal power, you are aligning with the frequencies of pleasure more and more and more. And that's also what the unicorn is here to help you with. And really, they want you to have a unicorn party, whatever that looks like. If it's just in your head, or if you buy unicorn plates or a unicorn, like a gluten-free unicorn cupcake for yourself, that is a celebration of all that you have done, not only in your business and taking the bold steps that you have, but also the bold steps you've taken in your healing, both in terms of your family life and your friends. I mean, it's worth fucking celebrating what you've done. And even just in the challenges of the last couple months, when you have lost people in your life, still how you have held grace for yourself and allowed yourself to be with the feelings, to be so present with them, that now you find yourself in a place of calm and acceptance and, you know, positive feeling, while also being very grounded. Like, you're more grounded than you've ever been before.
I
And
feel that.
yeah, yeah. And your unicorns want you to celebrate that.
I love unicorn. Literally love unicorns. When you're talking about rainbows and waterfalls, yep. It reminds me of like when I was a kid. Obsessed.
Uh,
Still obsessed. I love sequin backpacks with like rainbow. Like I want to buy one so badly. I wanted a fanny pack for so long. I think I might
just buy one. Just buy
house.
one. That is
I'm gonna buy
not
it.
a big expense for something that will bring you so much joy. Because
Oh
every
yeah,
time you use it, you're going to think about your unicorn and your happy inner child.
I love that.
Yeah. Send me a picture. Send me a picture. There's something coming through in the heart, and there is some heartbreak coming through. This is some present life experiences. I'm hearing the age of 14.
Okay.
And it, could have been anything, could have been family, could have been romance, could have been a teacher, could have been, transition. Um, just true and accurate information. Yeah. So we're just, whatever is ready to be released and surrendered. We are so grateful to hold space for that. Thank you. Thank you. Do we need to talk any more about it? Nope. That's all we need to do. Okay, great. Allowing this healing to go on for as long as need be. Are you using anything with rose in it right now?
I'm holding a rose quartz in my hand. And
Amazing.
it's a heart-shaped one.
Amazing.
Come on. It's been coming up a lot for me. I use like I drink like rose tea. I use rose hip oil, face oil.
Great. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Great. You said you drank rose hip tea. That rose hip tea is really great for you to be doing some spell work with too, or infusing it with
Ooh,
energy and tension, like however you want to, but that's coming through as being really powerful for
I'm
you.
down. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I will definitely do something with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And as you have taken your energy back, as you have been sitting more in your power, and Mother Mary is coming through in terms of this, what's coming through now, it is going to allow you to mother so many more people. You are such a natural mother and such a natural caretaker. Your whole life you've just been like, all right, I just want to take care of everyone. I want to take care of everyone. But now you're realizing that it was an out of alignment feeling, right? It was coming from a desperate place. And as you are so excited to show up as a mother now, it's coming from a relaxed and grounded and confident place. And the effect that you will have on people will be even more deeply received and treasured. That's really the thing. Your presence and your love is now cherished by people who see you, are in a space to receive it, and are able to give it back. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 14-year-old makes sense because I do remember how I felt at that time. And, you're 14 and you're moody,
Yeah.
but you're also like super insecure and you want to be accepted by people and you want people to like you. Um, and like I think we've talked about this before, but I feel like I've always been myself, but I didn't feel accepted for being myself. So, there's the dimming part. in regards to that, but I've just always been like this.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm like, it's embraced, not that I didn't, but it's embracing it, knowing that this is, yeah, I've always kind of just been this way. Um, and I think there has a lot to do with like self-acceptance as well. And like you saying, yes, I always wanted to take care of people all the time. Um, but you're in the past, like coming from desperation too, of like feeling the need to save everyone, or that you
Right.
can save everyone as
That you're
much as you want to,
responsible.
that you're responsible for saving everyone. And then, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me.
And now you are in this beautiful place of understanding, oh, right, I can't actually save anyone. And it is taking away from someone else's experience if I try to save them, because
Yeah.
I've saved myself. I've had no choice but to save myself. With, I've had a lot of help, but I had to make the choice to do it, right? And I have to give other people the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, you
And
can't do it for someone else. Like as
yeah,
much as you want to, it's not how it works.
nope.
And I've learned that
Yeah.
time and time again.
Yeah, 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 you sure have. But it's such a universal thing. And now you are in the position to help other people. And I'm sure so many of your clients are dealing with the same thing. And now you're even in a place where you're like, listen, I can tell you it's going to suck at first, but then it's going to get a whole lot better.
Yeah. I had that conversation today with with a client. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so inspiring. So inspiring. Something else for Diana coming through. Yes. Okay. Is this true and accurate information? There's a dog coming through.
What?
Yeah. Might not for a while. This is like a little sneak peek of another one that you will have in your life, a smaller one. And it's feels like, this dog might have, this upper lip might be up a little bit, like you might have an overbite. And
That's so funny. Paloma has like a curl. Should we call her Elvis?
yeah, I think this next dog or another dog may also have something similar. And they're gonna be kind of a maniac. I mean, all your animals are gonna be maniacs. We know that's just how it goes. So this one is like maybe has kind of wiry hair, brown, blackish hair. And it feels like they're gonna kind of come out of nowhere. So, but I'm also hearing this is like 2 to 3 years down the road. You know how it is sometimes when you're a psychic and you're like, okay, in like spirit time, it doesn't matter. In human time, it's years from now. So it feels weird that it's even coming through, but they're just, I guess, letting this dog's very eager to come into your life and to be reunited because you've certainly known this dog in another lifetime.
Paloma's okay though, right?
Oh, yeah, Paloma's fine. Yeah, Paloma's fine. Sorry to scare you.
No, it's okay. Um, that's so fun. That's so fun. I can picture the dog that you're talking about in my head. And my husband
Yeah.
wants a cat. We're just gonna have lots of animals.
You are going to have a lot of animals. And when you find a house, which is also coming, you're going to have the space to support that because that's one of the ways in which you are called to be a mother.
I
And it
love.
makes you so happy. But it feels like this dog definitely has some karma with Paloma. They will fight sometimes, but they will also like love each other so deeply, is what's coming through.
I love it so much.
Like you will watch them tease each other or like deliberately trigger each other
And I can
sometimes.
picture me yelling like, "Knock it off!"
Yeah, totally. 100%. Totally. Totally, 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 totally. Um, is there anything else that wants to come through with this dog? No, but they do want us to talk about the house. Are you guys still looking or is that on pause for now?
So we had paused it for a while, but we're loosely started just kind of
Mm-hmm.
browsing because the market's it's just ridiculous
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
There's got to be something.
Keep looking casually, but it's important also to keep going to open houses and to look at things just so you can continue to get clear on what it
Getting
is
in
that
there.
you
Yeah.
want. It feels like there is going to be an influx in money, um, and and some things are going to happen in the market. Like you're going to like meet each other, or you're going to find a specific house. You're going to spend more than you want to. Like that's just a given, but it's okay. But it's okay. But it's okay. Um, you're going to be ready for it. It's the house is there. It's not on the market right now, but your house, that timeline is set. It hasn't been set before in the last couple
No.
months. Like your house has been identified, and spirit's like, we're working you towards this perfect house. There's a guide coming through specifically to help you with this house manifestation and everything that needs to happen in order for you to be emotionally and financially prepared for it.
Hmm.
And where am I going to find out who this guide is? In these notes? Is this an archangel? No. Is this an ascended master? Yes. Okay.
Ooh.
It feels like a masculine energy. Are there higher level blocks, resistance, blocks, or discarnates? No. Is it on this page? No. Is it on this page? No. Okay. Giving me the runaround.
Sounds like my guides.
Yeah. Get it together. Okay. No, 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 yes. Ah, all right. Well, no surprise there. This is about as masculine as you can get. Its Thoth. Did I say that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. So Thoth, well, talk about Egypt. Hello, full
Geez.
circle.
I need to
Mm,
look into this.
there are some understandings that Thoth in a later lifetime reincarnated as Jesus. There is a connection to Atlantis with him. There is a connection to Hermeticism, of course. It's all about manifestation and mind mastery. Um, and so if they're saying look into the emerald tablets, which is kind of attributed to him. And there's a lot of, or I've read different things that the connection between the tarot and Thoth.
That's so interesting. I used to have a Thoth deck that I gave away. Um,
Get
but
another one,
now,
or you
and
might make
like,
your own.
oh, oh my God, I'm gonna look into it. That's so
Yeah.
interesting.
We are so grateful. Thank you for your energy, your guidance, your presence, allowing the connection between you and him to be clear. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Really good. Yeah. All right. Nothing else for today. This healing is complete. We are so immensely grateful. What an honor, what a joy. So much good is already here, and so much more is coming because you've done it. You've believed in it. Yeah.
I forget sometimes that I have done a lot of stuff, when things are shit's going sideways and you're like, did this just undo all the stuff that I learned and all the stuff that I did? And this is just like really, really comforting and reassuring. Um, yeah, because it's been a little rough, you know,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Yeah. You're doing great. You're
You're
so
doing great.
supported. Thank you.
I
Thank you. Lots of love. Give Hugh a hug and Paloma, and
will. Please do the
we'll
same
talk
to
soon.
Charles. Tell him I say hi.
I will. I will. Mwah, thank you. Love
Love you. Thank
you.
you for this.
Bye.
Bye.